So, family, as I stated before, this is in no particular, well, yeah, I'm going to start off with the very, very, very basics that you must do. I think I said something like this before in a previous video. So, this is the thing, the number one thing. People often come to me and be like, can you fix my credit? So, the first thing I ask them is, well, what is your credit? What does it look like? They have no idea. The only reason why they know anything about it being bad or not good enough is because they have tried to get something, whether it was a car, a house, applied for something, and they were denied. But they absolutely don't have a clue as to what's on their credit. So this is one of the first things that I tell people to do because it's free for everyone. Once a year, you are entitled, excuse me, this is real life, my baby here. You are entitled to a free annual credit report. Now, I am going to do my best to leave the links to the free credit annual report down below. They also have a phone number that you can use to do it over the phone, and they can send it through the mail. You could also do it online by going to annualcreditreport.com. And everybody is entitled to one a year, and that's with all three of the major credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. So the first thing you need to do is to know what is on your credit, what is hurting your credit, because it may not be something that is actually yours. It could have been an error. It could have been something old that shouldn't be there. So that is the very first step. So number one is to get your credit report. Now, with this credit report, it does not show you your scores. That's an easy fix. Almost every person is entitled to a free credit score. Now, Equifax, I think they do one, but I don't think it's a real FICO score. I think it's just the vantage score, but it's called myequifax.com, and it is legit. It is through Equifax, and it is free. They will give you your credit score and your free credit report, so you can do it that way. So you can go to myequifax.com for free and get your Equifax score only. Okay, and report in the I think it's the vantage score. I'm not sure if it's the FICO score or not. You could also go to Experian.com, and you could get your free Experian credit score and report. Okay, so if you want to do these separate, now TransUnion, I don't think they have a website that you can get your free credit score and report on. I could be wrong, but last time I checked, I was unable to get that. Now, I do have all three of mine via, I have credit cards, and different credit cards give you different access to different, depending on the ones they pull, they give you access to the different credit bureaus. Okay, either TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian. Okay, so as I said before, you can start there. If you already have a credit card, you should be able to access one or at least one of your credit scores for free in your credit reports. Okay. All right. So annualcreditreport.com is one. myequifax.com is another one, and Experian.com is the third one. They are all free. My annualcreditreport.com just gives you all three, access to all three credit reports, not scores. The other two give you credit report. This is what I'm dealing with because he wants to be a part of, because he is part of the show. He is part of the show, the Tammy Marie and Baby channel. So anyway, so that is the number one thing. Get your report to see what's on it. Now, after you do that, okay, after you find out what's on your credit report, you can simply look and see what address. Do you have your current address listed? Is it your current address or is it an old address? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't have 5, 10, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2 multiple addresses and all that on your. Make sure it's your most recent and current address on your report. Okay, especially if you've been living in a place for 2 years or more, you definitely need to make sure that is the address that is associated with your credit reports, all of them. Okay, so by doing that, just by simply making sure you have your most recent and current address, that within itself, and it's only one on each credit report, that within itself can increase your credit score anywhere between 10, 30, sometimes even up to 40, 50 points. Okay, sometimes depending on what's attached to your old address. It could be a person with that address has bad credit and they are attaching their credit to that address and it's on your report. I've seen it happen multiple times. It has happened to me. Okay, but you just also want to, because sometimes old credit that's like over 7 years sometimes can still be attached to an old address, and your address is listed to your credit report, and so that is staying with your report. So just by doing that, you can eliminate some debt just by making sure your information, your name, your full name, if you've gotten married, if you've gotten a divorce, okay, making sure your name is up to date, making sure your address is up to date. Those things within itself can possibly increase your credit report score. Okay, so those are 2 things you can do that are absolutely free and easy. Now, how do you change your name? How do you change your address to make sure everything is up to date? So simply you can do it 2 ways. Or you can do it 3 ways, but I recommend strictly you do it 2 ways. Either call in the credit bureaus themselves and update your information, or write the credit bureaus yourselves to get your information updated. But I do not recommend people do it via online. I just am a stickler for that. I do not recommend anyone do or try to fix credit via online. Okay, a lot of people have been successful, but a whole lot have not. So I don't recommend that. Okay, so those are some simple steps. These are just the basic tips that can increase your credit score. Another thing that can possibly increase your credit score is if you are, and this is the last step I'm going to use, because if I go into too much detail from this, I actually get paid for this service, y'all, but I'm still just giving y'all minimum tips that can increase your credit score and to possibly help a sister or brother out. Okay, so this is the last tip that I'm going to give, and it is simply, if you are already a credit card user, if you already have a credit card and you are not using your credit card properly, okay, that could hurt or break your credit. So if you are not being financially responsible for that credit card, or if you're not using it, and these are 2 things we're going to say about this, because and then that's going to be it about the credit card. And then if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in below about your credit. I might make another video about credit if I get enough people asking questions, if I get enough of shares, likes, and all those great things. But so this is free advice, y'all. Now listen, this really will help your increase your credit. Okay, so credit card, 2 things. I'm gonna start with the one thing is, if you are like me, when I was first brand new, didn't know nothing about credit, I was always scared of a credit card. I was always told, if you get a credit card, don't use it, it won't hurt your credit. Okay, that is not good or correct information. If you get your credit card, you must and you have to use your credit card in order to get your credit score to work for you. The only thing is, you must keep your utilization of the credit card at or below, to have a perfect credit score, 10%, okay, of the credit card itself. Okay, or it could be anywhere from 30 to 10, but we're gonna stick with the magical number that I like, 10%. Okay, so you must use your credit card. You must. Every month is a great thing to do, and pay it on time. Now, you need to know 2 magical numbers when you have a credit card, and that is the due date and the date they report your activity to your credit. They are two separate things. You will know if you have a credit card. I'm not going to get into more detail about that. Just notate that. Okay, the next thing about a credit card that you need to know and understand is that I said you need to use it. Okay, and then the other thing is well, the other thing was that know the due date, know when and how to use it, keep it under 10%. So in all together, I have said what I was going to say. I think that's what I was going to say. I should have wrote this stuff down. But those are the magical things about a credit card. Use your credit card. Don't let it scare you. Just make sure you keep your utilization under 10% when it hits. Then pay it off. Okay? So even if you have let's just start here. $100 credit card. If you use $10 on that credit card every month, but as long as you have it automatically being drafted that you pay $10 on your $100 credit card every month, if you do that at least for 3 to 6 months, depending on what credit card you have, your credit is guaranteed to be boosted and increased because you are utilizing your credit and you are using it under or at that 10% mark. Okay, so those are guaranteed ways, guaranteed hacks to increase your credit. Okay, guaranteed ways to increase your credit. If you do, like I said, first and foremost, get the free credit reports. Know what your credit is. Know what's on your credit. Know your score. That way you can understand what is really going on with your credit. Why is it this? Why is it that? Oh, and this is the last thing I wanted to say because it's the COVID-19. So here's the thing, something that I found out recently. That a lot of people are doing for credit. Okay, so if you have recently within this COVID-19 situation gotten yourself in a bind and something was placed on your credit card, there is a thing that is going around what a lot of businesses are doing, and they are working with you on your credit right now. Okay, because of COVID-19, they understand people lost their job and your income is not the same. So a lot of companies are being very helpful. Sorry, this is going long. Being very helpful right now with people in their credit. So this is the perfect time to help with your credit. So as I stated before, these are things that you could do even if you are not able to make payments. So this is the last thing I'm going to say. If you had something recently, like I said, within the COVID-19 that has hit your credit, if you do the steps that I have said, one and two, get your credit report, find out what's on it. Sorry, y'all. Real life going on here. Okay, find out what's on your credit. If you call the number that something recently, when I say recently, anywhere from March until now it's July, that has hit your credit, call them and tell them that you were in a COVID-19 situation, that you were unable to make that payment. If you are able to make that payment, some companies are doing that typically would not do this though. And it's not a pay for deletion, but some companies are doing he's sleepy, y'all. They're doing a courtesy deletion if you pay it in full. Some people are working with you and understand that you cannot pay. So help yourself out, y'all. Call them numbers. Get your credit report. Call them numbers. Get to doing the legwork yourself. You don't have to pay nobody hundreds and thousands of dollars. But if you want to, you could pay a girl because that's my business, okay? But you don't have to pay nobody these outlandish prices each and every month to fix your credit. Something simple and basic that you can do yourself. Okay, I love you, family. But I have to do mommy business first. Love you, bye.